Spence Denny for breakfast here on 891 ABC Radio Adelaide, joined by Dr. Tiffany Lyndall Knight, who is the director of Behind the Seams. Hello, Tiffany.
Hello, Spence. How are you doing?
I'm going well. Firstly, congratulations on the production value in this. You have some real talent there you're working with, don't you?
We do. There are a lot of talented people working in South Australia, and it's a rare opportunity to be able to feature them all in a project that really is located here, telling stories here, and not just sort of being filtered into projects from interstate or overseas.
Yeah. So the thing I like about this is, as you say, opportunities to make things locally are limited by where they can be screened. And so here you are, you've made a web series. The first thing that springs to mind, how do you fund it and how do you actually derive any income from it?
Well, income is a second story. We've been very lucky. Our producer, Victoria Morgan, is a wonder, and she is a bastion of supporting South Australian talent. And she's now moving into film production and managed to secure production through Screen Australia.
Yeah.
And we've also had support, lots of amazing support, in-kind donations through the Salvos and Vinnie's and the Bendigo Community Branch. So it's really been a labour of love, a lot of talented people giving their time and effort and creativity. But really, in terms of making money, as with so many web series, it's really an opportunity to use a taster to lead to other things. You don't do it for the money, you do it for the love.
Yeah. And I think we see that a lot in any form of film and television production from people who want to get more full-time involved in it.
Well, I guess so. I mean, there is sort of an apprenticeship element for people when they're branching into different areas of their career. But so many of the people who are working on this project are highly, highly skilled artists and professionals who might be moving sideways. So, for an example, not only has Vic been working in voiceovers and advertising and now is moving into producing, I've worked as an actor and as a director for a long time in theatre, but this was an incredibly generous offer for me to move sideways, in the middle of my career into a new area, which is screen directing. But we've had, all the heads of our departments are highly experienced people, and our actors have been working in the industry, in the film industry for decades, which I think is why the values of the project are so beautiful.
Yeah, I agree. So tell me about the story. I described it as a docudrama. I mean, that's probably not fair, but the reason I do that is because, sort of the opening 15 minutes is dealing with a very difficult situation, which is dealt with very differently by three different women.
Yeah. I would call it more of a comedy drama, but I mean, docu in the sense of being truthful. Absolutely, the story is truthful to so many people because it's exploring the issue of women in the middle of their lives, dealing with being a member of the sandwich generation. So dealing with caring for children and also caring for aging parents, which, I assume a lot of your listeners will connect with. And it tells that story through the lens of something that's very close to my heart, which is slow fashion. So our lead character, India, played by the amazing Eliza Lovell, has her own vintage clothing shop, and she's dealing with the recent death of her father, who's played by the inimitable Patrick Frost, who's a bastion of theatre and film and television here, and also dealing with the relationship with her mother, who is played by Chrissy Page, who, when you speak about truth, actually is Eliza Lovell's mother in real life.
Huh?
So, and we actually also have, of course, being a member of the sandwich generation, she's dealing with her children's issues as well. So she's got twin daughters in the film, Eddie and Ruby. And Ruby is actually played by her real life daughter in real life, Ruby Walker.
Wow.
And
Okay.
So there's a family dynasty of performers in South Australia that you probably didn't realise. And there's a few other relations, but you have to watch to find those connections.
You see, what that says to me is because the fashion shop owner is sandwiched between a mother who's saying, "Oh, get on with it. We said goodbye to your father ages ago," and two daughters who basically want to squeeze as much money out of her as possible so they can go have a good time and pretend they care. You know.
Well, that's what teenagers grieve. You know?
Yeah.
In their own way. Yeah. But it's a really beautiful story, and seeing it through the lens of, slow fashion, pulling fashion from her own amazing stock of vintage stuff, and also from a couple of pre-loved boutiques, Little Miss Waistnot, which was located in Nan, but has now moved to Rundle Street and has just opened an incredible shop there. And then another boutique called Unique One, which was in Somerton Park, which is now closed, unfortunately. But those are our locations. And it's just so delightful to watch these actors tell the story through their clothes as well as through their performances.
Yeah. Logistically, how does it work? I mean, that may seem like a simple question, but when you actually get it online as a web series, how do potential viewers know it's there?
Well, it originally was screened through an initiative by Screen Australia that was to promote distribution through Facebook Watch. So Screen Australia has really seen that the online web series platform is a really great direct way to reach audiences through word of mouth, basically. So social media has been a really important way to get that word out. But now we've also got it onto YouTube, and that's a really exciting thing. When it first came on in Facebook, we had over 70,000 views in the first month. But and that's really through Vic's amazing work and just the word of mouth of all the people who are watching it. But now that it's on YouTube, it's really accessible to the world in a bigger way. So if people are interested in looking at it, the easiest way to find it is to Google Imara behind the scenes. Imara is the name of the production company, IMARA, and behind the scenes, and that will take you right there. And the first episode is Cast-Offs, episode 1. And they're only little 6-minute stories, so it's a really interesting platform for people to watch and get a little taste of a story. It's like flash fiction, and then they can run right through, and it links together into about a half an hour story.
Okay, so how many episodes in total did you put together?
There's 6,
right.
Yeah, six little vignettes.
All right, and is this the start of something new, or what direction do you see yourself going now as a result of this?
Well, we're hoping, we've had, there's been great success and lots of word of mouth. And like you said, people are generally really struck by the quality of the work. When you say web series or emerging talent, you expect it to be a little rough around the edges, but the production values have really pleased people. And so we're currently in development for the next stage of the project. And we hope to have news soon about that, so stay tuned.
Yeah, well, the thing that stood out for me was the lighting. I thought was terrific, and the audio, because often with anything web-based, the audio is terrible, but the audio with this is very, very high quality.
Yeah. Well, we were lucky. We did a screening at a proper movie theater when it first came out, and it was really just delightful to go, oh, look, this story can be told on the big screen, and it can be told on your phone as well. And again, like I said, having just amazing heads of departments who are people who work on, the international scale, offering their time and their expertise to this project really sort of bumped it up to the next level.
Lovely. Well, congratulations. I hope it goes really well for you. Thank you.
Thanks, Spence. It's lovely to talk to you.
Nice to talk to you too. Dr. Tiffany Lyndall Knight is director of that web-based series, which is called Behind the Seams, SEAMS.